Hi, I'm Nigel Haworth and we're back in the Everhot kitchens. We're going to go back to Lancashire because we've got a Lancashire cheese souffle with this wonderful bomber cheese. Now, there's a couple of cheese makers that actually make this. There's a guy called Andrew Shorrock and then the Sandhams. This is a Sandham's bomber, and basically the flavours are that it's really sort of kicky, almost cheddary in texture and flavour. This souffle is quite an adventurous one if you're going to do this at home. We've got this rather large mould here, so we're going to do a family size souffle, and it is really wonderful, I've got to say. Just the sheer fact that you never see anybody doing in restaurants or at home a souffle that is for more than one person. It feels slightly uncontrollable, but it's very controllable. Let's show you. So without further ado, we brush our souffle form with the butter and be generous and always brush upwards. A famous chappie called Gordon Ramsay told me that. Whether it's true or not, but always brush upwards. So we're going to pop some flour in there and we're going to go around over our sink. Notice I'm over the sink, so I'm not going to get a mess anywhere else. And there we are. We've got our souffle form lined. So here we've got 160 grams of bomber cheese that's grated. Got a little bit of Coleman's mustard, 50 grams of butter and 45 grams of flour. And we've got a little bit of salt and we've got some milk. So we're going to make what is classically called a roux. For this little bit, we take all our ingredients over to our Everhot stove. And I've got a medium-sized pan here. So we pop the butter into our pan. I've got a spoon and a whisk. The whisk is in emergency in case something slightly goes wrong and I get it lumpy, but I'm going to talk you through how you don't get it lumpy. So really, I shouldn't be having that, should I? But anyway, it's there as a backup. Melt your butter. You then can put your flour in. Basically, when you put your flour in, you make a roux for many a classical sauce like bechamel and things like that. But in this case, it's the base for our souffle. Then pour your milk in and just put a small amount at a time. Bring the milk back up to the boil. It opens the starch molecules from the flour and you can then just get a smooth paste. Add your milk in again and just allow it to come back, and it's coming back up instantly and wonderfully. With all good things in life, take your time. Don't try and rush it. If you put all your milk in at once, you'll end up with lumpy mess. And it is really as simple as that. The science of it is if milk boils, it will incorporate very easily into the starch molecules. And I'm just going to add just a little touch of English mustard there. We're nearly there now. In fact, our last drop goes in there. So I'm going to take it away now, and there you go. I've got a lovely smooth base for the souffle. We're ready now to add our cheese. So the cheese goes in there, like so, and we carefully amalgamate that in. While the roux is still warm, the cheese will melt a little and just go nicely into our mix. I've got a lovely smooth souffle mix. So pop that to one side. Here I've got the 225 grams of egg white. Right, so just a touch of salt. And we need to be at soft heat. I think we're about there. And now, got to put this egg white into there. Now, the first time you do your egg white in, the first bit, you can just give it a right good mix in because you need to incorporate it in fully. And then it's very much a folding in process. So, to get it going, don't forget, you need to give it a good mix in. And then get the marshmallowy stuff in. And we're going to try and fold that. And you do have to be pretty patient here just to get it all folded in, because you make quite a firm mix, which you need stabilise the souffle. And as of course your mixture is let down, it allows the egg white to be incorporated easier each time. It almost feels like there's too much and it won't all go in. But it's just having that confidence and just keep folding. And the last bit, you can just see how light and fluffy it is now. So what we're going to do, I'm going to pop my souffle mix into there. This is one of my little secrets here now. A little bit of cheese here, sprinkled. When you cut into it, you get that sort of impact of the cheese. We've got a tray here at the side, and I've just put some kitchen paper and a small amount of water. The Everhot is set at 200 degrees C, and it should take 25 minutes. Shall we get it in? Here we go. Okay, 25 minutes. Okay, I think we're ready for getting our souffle out. Actually, I'm going to be truthful, it's been in 27 minutes now, so 2 minutes over. And don't forget, we're on 200 degrees. So let's have a quick look in our oven and see if our souffle has risen. Well, it looks like it has. We need to carefully take it out of the tray. The next thing to do, we've got a sauce made, so we're going to pour a sauce into the souffle. Just open it up in the middle. Oh gosh, that does look yummy. And we're going to pour some of our cheese. Can you imagine that? Pour some of the cheese sauce in. That's so naughty. Right, and then I'm going to cut a little bit of basil, because actually, when you brush anything with these wonderful herbs like basil and coriander, they just pass on their flavours, and the steam coming up off that will sort of bring in the flavours together. All you do with that is pop that in the middle of the table and let all the kids and Granny and Grandad and everybody dig in and grab yourself. You see the cheese that we talked about? Grab yourself a yummy portion. And a little bit of sauce around, a bit of herb just scattered on there. And then, of course, always the nicest bit, forget the cooking, the nicest bit, it's always to eat it, isn't it? It's so lovely. I'm almost would bold enough to say that it's better as a big souffle than a small one. It's so wonderful, try it.